Hello banana growers, welcome back. It's midsummer and you've been waiting and waiting and waiting for a banana bloom. And guess what? You got one. Congratulations. But now what do you do with it? Stick around for this video and we'll show you 6 tips to help you go from flower to fruit. So congratulations again. We're going to start with the tips and we're going to start with the easiest to the most difficult. Step number 1, stop fertilizing. This banana plant has grown nice and tall. It's produced a flower. It's got everything it needs to provide enough nutrition for the baby bananas. One of the things you don't want to do is you don't want to dump a lot of chemical fertilizer on it because that can actually shock the plant and cause them to abandon the fruit and go into some type of shock situation. Any kind of organic material is fine. Continue to mulch. That's going to help with everything, and it's going to continue to break down as well. Step 2. As your banana plant has continued to grow, it's probably continued to make pups. Let your pups continue to grow. They're going to be just fine. They're not going to compete with too much food and water at this point. The main banana plant is going to take what it needs for the survival of these fruits. When it's got this fruit on it, it's kind of vulnerable. So one of the things you don't want to do is do not dig any more pups at this point. You can actually take away too much of the banana's root and that can weaken the actual stem. You can also prevent it from being able to absorb any moisture and food from the soil by removing those roots. So don't mess with the roots, don't mess with the pups. Tip number 3 is bud maintenance. That's the bud. So what's going to happen with this is it's going to continue to fruit and these racemes are going to open up and the bananas are going to elongate down this way. But at some point, this bud is going to become too heavy and too burdensome for this plant and it could possibly pull it over. Also, the bud is taking nutrients from the main stalk in the banana plant and it's continuing to make the male flowers. So you want to go ahead and at some point cut that off, usually when it's 1 foot to 1.5 feet from the lowest hand of bananas. Banana buds have this really tasty nectar right here. You can see that or not. Step 4, prevent fallover. As we just mentioned in tip number 3, these buds actually weigh a lot. They can help pull the banana plant over, so if you have this heavy bud and a rack of bananas and a leaning plant, any type of wind or bad situation can pull it to the ground and you don't want to have the bananas end up on the ground and go everywhere and little animals come and eat them and you just can't ever recover them. So what can you do? One of the things we like to do, and we're going to make a video about this, is we like to make a prop stick. A prop stick actually supports the bananas and it keeps them from falling to the ground, as well as supporting it with bungee cords or rope to make sure it has no way to fall forward with the heavy rack of plants and break them off. Step number 5. It's an easy step, but one that's easily forgotten. Keep watering. Just because you have your bananas, everything's not over and done with yet. If it's not raining every few days, you need to keep piling the water on. That's going to help it absorb more of the food that's going to feed these small bananas and help them become mature fruits. Last but not least, step 6. Step 6 is one of the hardest steps, only because it's about waiting. You're going to have to wait 3 months. That's 90 days to go from this flower to ripe bananas, sometimes longer. So you just have to be patient, keep an eye on it, and when those banana little fingers start to plump up, you'll know that it's time to pick the entire rack off the plant, and then you'll enjoy them. So, let's recap. Step number 1, stop fertilizing. Step number 2, don't dig any more pups. Step 3, bud maintenance. Step 4, prevent fall over. Step 5, keep watering. And step 6, keep waiting. Those are the 6 steps you need to go from this to ripe, mature, delicious fruit. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up down there, and you can also subscribe down in the corner at the subscribe button. We've got more videos coming up. It's a great summer, and we'll see you soon.